Good evening, everyone. Next Generation Weather Forecaster Joe Shock here, taking a look at Hurricane Irma. She will be coming into Florida tonight, or just off the coast of western Florida tonight and early tomorrow afternoon. You can see here's the National Hurricane Center track. The 5 o'clock update, 125 mile an hour hurricane, minimum category 3, moving off to the west-northwest at 9 miles an hour. Looks like northwest when you have 28 seconds over the W, but west-northwest movement at 9 miles an hour, and will become northwest and looks like even north-northwest over the day tomorrow. But you can see the hurricane headlines that are up. There are tropical storm warnings for the South Carolina coast and the Georgia into the western panhandle of Florida. And there you can see here the National Hurricane Center does bring it up here into the Tennessee River Valley by the middle of next week, as it will just essentially decay. But there will be a hurricane force wind gusts into the Atlanta metro area, maybe even the Birmingham area, Monday into Tuesday of next week. So this is going to penetrate, pretty far inland because it's such a well-developed hurricane. And you'll see that in just a moment. I would like to pull up here, if I can, the GO 16. Now this is rapid fire every. Let me look here. It looks every 90 seconds or so, and let's watch this actually go through an entire loop, if you will, of Hurricane Irma. So I have 200 frames here being looped. This is from the College of DuPage, and you will see here over the last couple of hours or so, approximately 200 frames, you can see the evolution of Irma south of Florida. And you can see as the sun is beginning to set on her right there. But just an amazing, amazing thing that we are able to see very, very high resolution satellite imagery like this getting in, so darn quickly. Every 90 seconds we're getting a new image from space that shows minute by minute updates, globally. And, it's a great thing to have this rapid scan satellite data available. And let me try to get in closer. I don't know if you can see the little mesovortices that are revolving, if you will, in and around Irma's eye. You can see those little mesovortices in there, which is an indication of a strengthening tropical cyclone. So, unfortunately, it's a devastating situation for the Florida Keys and remaining parts of Florida. A storm they haven't seen in essentially many, many years. The track, coming up. It's not like it's a storm, as I said last night, coming, from west to east to west. It's going up the entire state. So this is going to be, sadly, a major, major impact event. Moving back over here to my images, again, here's the NHC track. Here is the forecast guidance. It's going right up the west coast. Here is the HUR. You can see over the next 18 hours, the wind gust approaching over 100 knots here in the Florida Keys. This is by tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. You can see the Keys upwards of 100 knots. That's about 120 mile an hour wind gusts. You can see other areas. You can see squalls coming in, gusts, 60 to 70 knots here in the southern part of Florida. Here is the 10-meter wind. You can see some again in South Florida. And again, the Keys upwards of 64 knots. So hurricane conditions in the Keys tonight through tomorrow morning. Those conditions will continue to progress up the state throughout the day tomorrow. Here's the animation of the HUR, the radar forecast the next 18 hours. You can see rain bands continue to come on in. There is a SPC has issued a tornado watch for most of the southern part of the state. As within these rain bands, we could see a few isolated tornadoes as well ahead of Irma, the core of Irma, which will be centered down here. You can see where the eye will be coming over the Keys and then paralleling, if not essentially on the coast of West Florida over the next day and a half. Here is the NWS forecasted wind gust, and again you can see all of the state going over 70 miles an hour essentially. A lot of area going over 80, and this is going to be some saving grace for the Miami area. We're not talking 100, 150 mile an hour wind gusts in here. But, we're talking now, you take one area out of threat, you only introduce another, unfortunately, in this case. But you can see around the Tampa, St. Pete area, you can see wind gusts 130, close to 140 miles an hour, if not close to 150 here in Naples, Florida. The maximum seems to be 144, but just a horrible situation that you're going to see in through here over the next couple of days. So we wish the best of luck to people in this area who have not had the chance to evacuate. So again, a very, very a life-changing storm, unfortunately for some people, and what will be an extreme impact over the next 2 to 2.5 days. That's it for now, and thank you for watching.